My name is Brian Black. I'm a docent with the Blue Mountain Heritage. Here we're in the Palus Museum. This was an idea envisioned by Elizabeth Thorne many years ago about the history of this community with the Palus Indians, the schoolhouses in the territory, and it's valuable history of this whole area. Now, Lewis and Clark came right through here. In fact, this is their trail right across the street. They camped right outside of town here, about 3 miles. There's a campsite out there. And they used to trade with the Palus Indians. That's what started this whole area, because people started settling, coming on the trail, and settling here, and they logged, and they farmed a little bit, cattle, stuff like this. But Elizabeth really was interested in the ordinary people, and that's what this history is all about, and it's awesome. That's what I loved about it. She not only was in the Indians, but like I say, everything else, the settlers and all that. There's some valuable local history in here. Well, after the settlers started coming out, the Civil War broke out back east. And not a lot of people from this area were involved with that, but after the Civil War was over, a lot of the soldiers came west. And they actually were here in this area. For instance, Fort Thompson here, Starbuck. They were in Walla Walla, Fort Walla Walla. And we had our own cavalry set up right here. That they came from the Civil War and they fought Indians. And that was their specific, that's all they knew, how to fight. Well, this went on, and it never did really quit. And then in 1898, we had a bunch of people that went to the Spanish-American War. Here's a dog tag that came from the Spanish-American. Ready? Mm-hmm. Soldiers, after the Spanish-American War, they came back, and it wasn't but about 15 years later, World War I started. And this area was very military, lots of military people. A lot of artifacts here from World War I. There's awesome, valuable stuff. You got to come and see this. This is really something. A lot of this stuff came out of our American Legion Hall. We had down in the basement, on the walls. And our American Legion Hall now is 100 years old. As you can see, there's all kinds of local history here. It's a valuable collection of stuff that, for 100 years, we've got stuff here from World War I, World War II, all the way up to Vietnam, Korea, Vietnam. And also Afghanistan. It's all been brought to us. When I first moved here, I haven't been here that long, but Elizabeth really impressed me. But she was into the ordinary people of this community, the history, and that's what really impressed me. She was Indians, ordinary people, farmers, all this, what made a community survive and thrive. I moved here in '79, and I felt like home the first day I was here. Right across the street from the Palus Museum used to be a tire shop owned by Kenny Newby called OK Tire, right where the bank is now. And there was a group of World War I and World War II veterans that would meet in there twice a week. And this Palus Museum right here was the liquor store. And this was where they would come and get their whiskey, once a week for their meetings. But they did everything in this community, from you name it, making sure the older people had food and warmth through the winter, to build stuff. There was 3 blacksmiths, I don't know how many mechanics, but they made sure everybody ate and they were warm during the winter. They did so much stuff for this community. Ran the fire department, you name it, they did it. And they were kind of the silent bunch that ran the show. And proud bunch, I call it World War II values. But yeah, they were an awesome bunch. And anyway, after a lot of them passed on, I had to do something to memorialize them. And I traveled all over looking at different memorials and that. And I tried to get we're up there where the motel is now on the hill, because I wanted something that would be the highest thing in Columbia County. And this 80-foot pole would have been 3 foot higher than the top of the courthouse. But it didn't work out. After a year, I came down the hill and I walked into the bank, which was Bank of the West at the time. And Paula was the manager, Paula Mazio. And I told her my story, and she said, boy, it'd be nice to put it right in front here. Well, I had to change the design and everything, but as you see, it turned out great. And Paula, she really helped out by probing the CEO up in Spokane and all that. In fact, he even came down and addressed us at the initiation of it. And so many thanks to Paula. And now Paula's the president of the Heritage. She took over after Elizabeth passed, and she does an awesome job. And that's how a lot of the American Legion stuff got into the museum as part of it now. And it's stuff that we had in boxes down in our basement for years and years and years, and it's good to get it out in the open, because it's all local stuff here that's really good to display. That's about it for me. And there's a lot of real good stories here I could tell, but I think if you come and research it, Liz Carson, our genealogist, we call her History Channel, has done some awesome work on recording all this stuff, the history of it. And so it's here to come and see. It's really aspiring. You could spend days in here looking through all this stuff. There's a lot of valuable history right here, local history. Sound good?